Hey guys, welcome to SuttyTrades. It is Thursday, the 16th of December, another day. But before we do anything, I just wanted to quickly show you guys, like always, the news. Today is a lot of bread, a lot of bread. So today is going to be another day we have to just, tread carefully. So we did have AUD early this morning. We had AUD again at 3:30 my time. And the next news we have is 11:30, which is a Swiss franc and euro. So, and then again at 12, and then again at 3, GBP, a lot of GBP news and euro. So, yeah, I'm just going to look for any setups. If anything looks good, as long as it kind of works within these times, then I'll go for it. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'll wait for some alerts to come in, and once those alerts come in, I will just mark up the chart, and then if I enter anything, I will jump back on. So we will see you guys in a bit. Yeah. Hi guys, just marking up an alert that came through on the CADJPY pair, and I just wanted to show you guys something here. So I was kind of marking out everything. Let me go back to the 1 hour. So the alert had already come through with the 4 hour, which was that blue one there. And then another alert came through saying check out the 1 hour as well, which kind of sits perfectly in the middle there. And then, so I went about looking for my imbalances, which are the small gray areas. So there's some imbalance up there. And then I thought I hadn't done my daily zones yet, my support and resistance. So I went to the daily and I couldn't even see these grays because on the daily, I mean, I'll show you now. If I go to the daily, let me just go zoom out. So from the daily, I mean, you can't even see those gray areas. So anyway, I marked out my zones. This one here being a really nice one because it lines up into the 4 and the 1. And then I go back down to the 15 and the 5. And I mean, look at this. That support and resistance line falls literally dead center of this imbalance area I drew up. So for me, this looks like a really, really, sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. So, as I was saying, this really looks good to me. So what I'm going to do is I am going to wait until price gets there, and then I'm going to start looking for any break of structure to the downside on the 5 minute. And as soon as I have a break on the 5, I might look at the 1. I'm also going to look at the 15. So whichever break of structure looks the cleanest, that's what I'll trade. And I think that's the key thing, guys. Break of structure. It can be on any time frame, and it works on any time frame. But the lower you go, the higher the chances are that you're going to lose those first few. So I like to kind of look across all from 1, 3, 5, and 15. And whatever looks the cleanest, and sometimes you'll have a break on the 5 which actually lines up with the same break on the 15, or a break on the 5 that lines up with the same break on the 3 and the 1. So it's just playing it like that, guys. So this one is pushing up now. I will let you guys know as soon as it hits this, but it's looking really nice. And if we look at, this is a CADJPY, and CADJPY, none of those pairs are really, there's a little bit of CAD there, but it's not even red. So in terms of the news, it shouldn't really affect it too much. So it's looking really good, guys. I think I'm going to trade this today if it all plays out nicely. So I will let you guys know as soon as we come back. All right, bye for now, guys. All right, hey guys, back again. This CAD JPY, this pair is just like, it's taking forever. I've actually taken one trade. I think I was just getting impatient, went in when there was a very, very small break of structure. It wasn't enough, and I know that I knew that even then. So one loss, but finally, as you can see, we have a push down. We have broken 2 areas of structure that I marked up. And actually, if I go to the 15-minute, this is a 15-minute, and this is a 15-minute actually. So I can actually mark these up as 15-minute breaks structure. So we've had a break of the 5 and the 15, so I've marked that area up. So let's have a look. So I took the first one. I mean, this morning when I said this was a really nice area, it kind of came back and it just broke through, came back, tested, and then kind of shot off from there. So I kind of took my, I think it was around here somewhere when it broke down there. So you can see this tail being lower than that tail. That's where I took my break as. It was a very, very small, it wasn't a strong enough break. Now we have got a break of structure, and actually, I think I'm also going to go for a 15 minutes break of structure here. I mean a 15-minute OB. So I'm going to do this as a 15-minute OB, and I just want to mark up. So I'm going to do something like that. So we get picked up hopefully a bit earlier, and then this. I'm going to say, so that is 6.2, so I'm going to go to about, actually this one I might just go as just like a holding one. So this one I'll go a bit big, I'll go to about 12, and if we can get 1 to 1 then that'll be fine. Yeah, so let me just do that. Should pick that one up sooner, and let's see how that goes. So I'm just going to mark that up on TradingView, and then I'll pop back here. Also just wanted to show you guys there's this one also. It's also Swiss franc. So both of them had strong pushes down, and this one's gone all the way down and actually has broken the 15 as well. So it's broken 2 5-minute structures, and then it's also broken a 15. So quite a strong break there. And as you can see, I took the 5-minute OB there. So we placed our order there. So we'll see how these goes, guys. If these both go to stop, then that's it for the day. I'm not going to trade anymore. So we'll see how they go. There's so much news today, so it's a risky day to trade anyway. But anyway, I'll get back when something happens. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to SuttyTrades. We're still looking at that CADJPY trade. Let me quickly go over to the group. So this right here was the alert we got. As you can see, it was pushing down nicely. The general flow was down. So we were kind of also aware that price might push higher. So let me go through this one quickly with you guys, a quick breakdown. So as you can see, let me go to the 4-hour. So there we go. There was the order block. I did mark up, you guys saw in the previous little section where I marked up this area of interest. There was a daily support and resistance area, and there was a really nice imbalance that lined up perfectly with that. So I really thought that was, something that was gonna be the potential turning point. If I drop back down to the 15 minutes, so I think that kind of forced me to play the first trade in a way. It pushed right through here, and I never really had a strong enough break of structure, right? So I think I took it on the first one on the 3-minute maybe. Yeah, so I think once it pushed out over there, and then I had this little break over here, this right there, I took that as a break of structure. So that was a break on the 3-minute. So, on a lower time frame, sometimes when you have these small little breaks, it's just really not enough. So that's why I do like to look at the 15-minute, and I jumped into this one way too soon. So as you can see, it never even gave me the 1-to-1 pushed up, and got stopped out very quickly. So just impatient on that one. I should never have traded it. You know, as I always say myself, you've got to wait for a clear break of structure with intention. You know, the break has to be with intent. So you have to have a strong push down, which is showing that switch, that change, that you know, the sellers are coming in, and they're coming in with power. So these are all just not enough. This right here, this big candle, you can see, even this one here, these two candles straight away breaking that last 15 minutes. Now the thing is, with break of structure, it is very subjective. It depends on who is looking at it, right? And there's no 100% correct break of structure, right? It's what you see. So I mark up these areas as I go. So as I am going up, it pushes back and pushes back up. I mark it. For me, it's a clear area that I want price to break. Then it did again, pushed up, came back, then pushed up again. Created these two candles with like bottom wicks that are literally perfectly in line. So I was like, okay, that is my next area I'm looking at. And this was the first real strong push down in all of this. You had one thing there, but it hadn't touched yet, hadn't touched our area of interest yet. So, you know, once we broke through here as well, I did mark up this imbalance to the left. So I always say, look for that imbalance in or around, because sometimes it is going to push through, it's going to tap, and then it's going to turn. So just, you know, keep marking up areas as you're pushing higher, just look left. What is the next area that price might be wanting to go to? You can see that it tapped, and I think if I'd gone down to like different time frames, this might have been a little bit lower. You might have had it there. But the fact that it tapped this area of imbalance, and then there was this big candle to the downside, two candles following each other, that showed me that, okay, something's happening here. So that break of structure is what I took my first thing on. I did actually place one on the 5 minute as well, but I ended up not using that one because I liked the look of the 15, because the 15 was as high as price had been. So I marked up my 15, which is this one here. You can see it. So you can see my 15 minute. So I took my order, was it about the 20%? I took it at the body of the 15 minutes, where the body started. And just as well, if I'd taken 50%, it wouldn't have tapped me in. This tapped me in perfectly. So I got my 1-to-1 very quickly, and then pushed down to I think I went for 1-to-4 on this one, just because, you know, it had pushed up so hard before, so I was worried that it was going to retrace and keep pushing higher. So I didn't want to risk the 1-to-5. I just got my 1-to-4, got out, and you know, I was happy with that. Still ended up making with that profit of 1.5 R for the day, which is not huge. You know, my target is normally 3. It's half of what I'm targeting, but we still have time, so there's no reason to overtrade or be too greedy. You know, at the end of the day, just slow and steady often wins the race. So that was that trade, guys. It went really nicely. Let me quickly switch you over to TradingView. There you can see clearly very little drawdown. So, you know, trades that go like this are always really nice, where you're not sitting in drawdown for most of it, you know, stressed out. So this one was nice. It tapped me in, pushed straight, and I got the 1-to-1 very quickly. And you know, at that point, you get your 1-to-1, and you set your next TP. For me was TP4, and you can see it actually went on to go past TP6. So I would have got the TP5, but you know, at the end of the day, December, and the market was pushing up. You know, a lot of news yesterday. I just didn't want to risk it. So this trade went really nicely. Really happy with how it turned out. And one of the cool things yesterday as well was on our Telegram group with the order blocks community I'm with. There's a few traders in there that trade a lot of their stuff, and there's a few guys that, you know, they are like, I would call them pro traders. They know what they're doing. They've been in the game for a long time. and they know a lot more than me, and I actually learn from them. And one of the guys that I actually got a lot of my rules for my trading come from a lot of his teaching, especially to do with these areas of imbalance and waiting for these areas of imbalance, which stop you trading too soon, going in at the right time, which has been a massive game changer for me in terms of trading order blocks. So I posted this setup earlier in the day and just said, waiting for a break of structure. Someone else posted, yeah, they're looking at the same thing. And then after I took the trade, I posted just a quick one saying, waited a long time, but it was worth the wait because I ended up getting my 1 to 4. Then someone asked, can you share your screenshot? Because according to the order block and what they were talking about was this 4-hour order block. They said it broke through the top, so it would have hit your stop. So how did you get 1 to 4 on this order block? And that's the interesting thing, guys, is order blocks are just an area of interest. How you trade that is up to you, right? You can trade an order block so many different ways. I have found these rules that I follow, and that's how I trade it. And what makes it work for me is finding these areas of interest, number 1, and then waiting for that break of structure, number 2. Once you have that change of character, the change of trend, that if you can find out where that is, that's huge, and that's exactly what I did here. So I posted up that and I said, I didn't trade directly on the 4-hour or the 1 hour. That is an area that I'm looking at, and then I was just waiting for that break of structure. And then the guy that I learned a lot of stuff from, one of the top traders in the group, he ended up posting one saying that he looked at my screenshot and it was, according to him, a very nice trade. So, if I can get a comment from one of the best traders in our group telling me that it's a nice trade, I feel like at least I'm doing something right, So, I'm by no means I would never call myself a pro trader. I've got to a point where I feel like I'm finding some consistency in the market, which is great, but I am not a pro trader. So if I can get people like him to say that, I'm taking a nice trade or, perfect setup, that's awesome. And it just gives me confidence that what I'm doing is, I'm on the right track. So just thought I'd add that in, guys. It was quite cool to get someone you look up to, someone you see as like, whatever you do, sports, whatever, if you have those people that you look up to that you think, are like, wow, they're amazing. If they comment on what you're doing and they say you're doing a good job, man, it's such a nice feeling to have that recognition from someone like that. So very cool. Anyway, I am going to jump back on in a little bit. I'm going to look at markets today, Friday. So let's see what is available today. So that was my trade, guys. I will catch you guys later. Bye for now.